Hey, hi Soumya, and welcome
Hey
to today's
Namrata, thanks for
show.
having me in your show in this incredible place and spot to talk to you. Feeling nice?
Yes, and I'm excited to talk to you because
Likewise.
I think one thing that both of us share is love for travel.
Yeah,
Uh, you
that's the
travel
only.
lot many places like compared to what I have traveled. Yeah, but
So
yes, there is this love for travel.
I'm 10 years probably elder than you two, so you have time, don't worry. Probably minimum
Yes.
of 10 years, probably a 15, good 15 years elder than you, so you have time.
Okay, thanks. Thanks. This motivates me a lot. I would say, Soumya, what I feel about travel is like India is such a diverse place, and you learn so much while you
Brilliant,
travel.
brilliant, brilliant. People, before I feel going anywhere they want to go out of India, should explore India to the last street, the last creek, the last mountain, and the last beach first. We've got some of the hidden paradises. Surprising bit is breathtakingly beautiful, yet not advertised, not marketed to the level it should be. So people tell India is it is the largest country having the largest population. By the way, it's a fact. Still, there are places that people have yet to discover. That is the beauty of the country. Country which is packed to the population of 12 countries, people tell that crowded and all that. But still, there are places out in the mountains. There are hidden beaches that only local people know. You have to go ask a auto guy whenever. And that brings me to a very important point. All of this will happen in the non-niche, non-itinerarized travel. Travel which is having a five-star travel agent with posh properties and close cars cannot give you that fun. I've done both, best of both worlds. So the second bit, the other end of the spectrum, wherein get down, book a homestay, and then they cook the local food for you and give, and then you catch an auto or a rickshaw, better if you have a rickshaw, and keep going through the city or the rural area, and then ask the auto guy. There was this one, for example, I was visiting Ganpati Pule in Maharashtra once. It's the lesser known of the hill stations, Ratnagiri, Ganpati Pule, and the beaches. It's as beautiful as Goa or anywhere, but less known. So this Ganpati Pule, there is a lighthouse and a Shiva temple, wherein without any electrical power, I don't remember the name of the Mahadev, no electrical power, but seawater gets pumped in and comes out of the Nandi's mukh as sweet water. God only knows what's the technology. You can drink it. And it's the end of the beach in the cul-de-sac or the end, whatever they say, uh, coastline. So, and this lighthouse, when we went, we asked the auto guy, we've seen the usual places, where else to go? He said, there is one place there, you want to go? I said, absolutely. Then it turned out to be the best of the trip, one of the best spots in the trip, entire trip. And then another time when I was in Ratnagiri again, I think 3, 4 years back, I stayed on a riverfront property in this Koina Dam. People mostly don't know there are 7 islands or 8 islands on Koina Dam, and one of those islands you can go by a ferry. It's one of the largest dam in India in terms of holding water. You have a Shiva temple where there is a Shiva built underground. People don't even know there is an island, there is Koina Dam. So the whole point is locals are the best travel guides wherever you in Goa. People know beaches like Vagatar and all the, but there is a beach called Rama. Recently, it's gotten famous because of Instagram reels. But I went to Goa some 8, 9 years back. One local said there is a beach called Kola Beach in Rama. Go there, South Goa, nobody will be there. You'll not have noise, you'll not have, and it turned out to be a paradise. So Lakshadweep got discovered after apna, lovable Shri Narendra Bhai Modi uh, popularized it. But Lakshadweep, we were children. I'm from Kerala, so we visited when we were kids. I still remember. फिर मालदीव्स भी देखने के बाद मुझे लगा भाई when we went in childhood लक्षद्वीप अच्छा था यार इससे. When I went to Maldives, मुझे, no offense, every island has its beauty, but India, the whole idea. For example, again, there is a Lonar Lake in Maharashtra. That lake is made out of a meteorite crash. It turns pink in winter, during the rains before winter. Same, there is a lake in Australia. People know the Australia lake jate hai, par Lonar we don't know. And we tell Leaning Tower of Pisa, it leans in Italy, it's over. There is a temple near Jodhpur. When I went to Jodhpur, same way, I asked a local guy, the guy who gave us food, serving us food in the homestay, I asked him, खाना बनाने वाले रामू काका टाइप. उनको पूछा और क्या क्या देखना है यहाँ पे, आपको कुछ ऐसा पता है जो लोगों को पता. So there is a temple by the river. It is leaning more than Leaning Tower of Pisa, but we don't know. So India is a country where there are wonders upon people even used to say Somnath. I've been to Somnath. I've lived in Gujarat for 7-8 years. So I've been to Somnath some 3-4 times. The linga floats. It's made out of and there is a temple in Gujarat in near Baroda. It's called Kavi Kambur. The temple there gets submerged every 8 hours completely. I'm not talking about the Bhavnagar ke paas. There is one more temple, Nishkalankeshwar.
That is Mahabharata. Yeah.
That is different. This is another temple called Kavi Kamboi. I sat there for 12 hours from morning just to see how it is fully covered and it goes back. So, and there are temples in Kerala where you can see wonders happening in front of your eyes. Like water, there is a Jagannath temple in Kerala also, Vishnuka, where Vishnu's hand is like this and water keeps appearing. From where it appears, God knows. People keep taking it out, it keeps appearing. So after seeing all this, somewhere I feel there is a raw beauty to India. India is the only country where I think Sri Vivekanand said this, every 10 kilometers you'll get a new food item. Every 100 kilometers you'll get a new language. So, and the food, my God, mind blowing. You will not even imagine what all can be brought to the plate. Like the Indian cuisine does, nobody can get creative. From lotus stem to hibiscus flowers, we'll find a way to bring them to the plate. Very deliciously so. So I feel for food also we should travel. So I think India is like, bhai, ye mysteries ka pitara hai. You'll be surprised, like the Van Allen Belt Temple in Uttarakhand, where the Van Allen Belt passes. So they say that there are 2 places it passes. See, now I'm planning to go to Orissa in June. I've not seen Orissa properly. I want to see 15-20 days is a good time to a state. 2-3 days and all, you can't see a state. Like the tourist agents say, no, chalo hum Sikkim chalte 4 nights, 5 days. You can't see a state in 4 nights. This kind of travel needs 15-20 days. So Orissa, when I was just Googling and seeing videos to make my backpacking plan, I saw there is a lake called Chilika Lake. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I'm not an expert with Orissa names yet. With all due respect, if I'm mispronouncing, sorry there. But this is, I think, the second longest or largest sea-facing lake in the world.
Wow.
We don't know this. I'm very sure we don't know this. And the highest motorable road is in India. We don't know this. Arunachal Bomla Pass, the pass, I think the second highest of India. We don't know this. So when I was driving through Arunachal in 2022, I guess, we drive as a family a lot. Waterfalls are falling and it is in 12,000 feet, the Sela Pass range. Clouds come and make it very cold. Na? So the small waterfalls, they are freezing midway. एक हद तक पानी आ रहा है, फिर बर्फ बन गया पानी. You can see it happening in front of your eyes. And in Kerala, in backwaters, when the backwaters meets the ocean, the tidal waves hitting the waves from the backwaters, you can see salt water and sweet water meet like that. So all of this is, I don't know if this is not wonder, what is. Right? So I take great pleasure in telling that India is a full-on package. You want backwaters, we have it. Salt desert, Chirapunji, maximum rainfall, passes in snow, valleys, ask for it. Islands like Andaman, Lakshadweep, Munro Island in Trivandrum, near Trivandrum, that is a beauty. That is an island within a lake Within backwater, meeting the seawater. Manju Island in Trivandrum. How many people have heard the name of Manju Island? How many people know Sicily in Italy? A lot more, I'm very sure. Spain, sorry. So a lot more, I'm very sure. That is how it is. Ibiza. A lot of people know Ibiza. A lot of people know Spain, Italy. But that's something that I feel is amazing about him.
Soumya, what inspired you to pick travel and explore countries?
Okay, this is partly being a kid all over again, not bothering about serious life. And this is partly very spiritual. See, if you notice the monks, and I've heard this somewhere, some great person tell also, and I've also realized it over a period of time. If you see monks or any kind of spiritual leaders, they always keep walking all through the country or countries. Gautam Buddha, Sri Gautam Buddha, Agastya, any kind of Rishi Muni. Why are they walking all the time? Why are they on walk? There is something that I can't put it in fathom in words completely. There's a kind of a sense of peace when you're connected to earth all the time. When you're going around near nature, it sounds very weird. People might also tell I've gone lunatic, but I've felt a sense of peace hugging trees. When I go to these mountains and valleys, I have my cup of chai in the morning, go for a long walk, then go hug a tree and peacefully stand for 5 minutes. No thoughts, your mind is empty. You feel like you're with your mom. That kind of a safe, happy feeling when you hug trees. There is a polo forest near Ahmedabad, one of my favorite places in summer. There are small rivers. Even in Kerala, I do this. I go lie down on a rock in the river for 2-3 hours. Peacefully, my head is above the water. I'm lying down in the river for 2 hours. I don't need Instagram. I don't need music. I don't need anything. I can just be there lying in the river for 2 hours. Nothing is needed. So I somehow feel we are all wired to nature, and we are behaving in the opposite when we cut off and live in. See, there are things that people might not agree with me, a lot of them, but I have something against living in high-rise buildings. I have something against living away from greenery. Like even now, I've settled in an area where there is a park every half kilometer. Like I need that flowers, trees to be seen every day. I want to either run or cycle or play badminton or do something outside every day for half an hour, 1 hour. So I don't know why, but I've never been this mall person. I'm either at home working and chilling for 3 weeks, then I'm suddenly 2 weeks gone. So I'm never this year Saturday night. I'm not against any of anything. People find it fun, they should do it. We are all individuals, we have our own take on our life, and nothing should be judged. People are free to do whatever they want. So mere case mein, I've always felt I have never been drawn towards glam and glitz of buildings. I'm less of a buildings person. So I think what inspired was two things. One is that there was a strong spiritual calling for me to be not in one place but keep flowing like a river. See, I would have seen some 300, 400 Shiva temples. Not that I'm a Shaivite or a Vaishnava. I don't want to, I'm telling old time temples. Any temple draws me. So there is something about also me being a history buff. I go to Rajasthan, I can spend 3-4 days in a palace, every room trying to see how this person would have lived here, what would have been the feeling in this place. So I think there is something ethereal, metaphysical about this whole certain people always having the urge to see nature, urge to see very prehistoric places and feel the vibe of the place. So two things. One is, of course, having fun in life. And I didn't feel big offices, despite being a chartered accountant only, and being from the same fraternity. It's a great fraternity, great job, great work, but only the career growth did not fail to satisfy me, impress me as a person. I was not impressed with CA Soumya Ramkumar. Oh, she's a lauded chartered accountant. This, that. That alone did not laud. I mean, impress me, that lauding. I needed something more to complete myself. So travel was a cure to all my illnesses, I guess. And I think
And
it
how
makes
is
you
this?
age very, sorry,
Go ahead, go ahead.
you age very slowly when you travel.
Exactly.
You don't look
Exactly.
42, 43 when you're 42, 43.
I would say when you're close to nature, you age very slowly.
Very slowly. I don't know, the whatever both of us are saying, maybe don't have any scientific proof today. Some research will bring it out someday. But I have a gut feeling that my home is in a meadow or a wood in a village. That's why I've cultivated a farm also somewhere in the south to go back 5-7 years later when I don't want completely to, after completing my responsibilities as a mom and once my daughter has her own life set up, to go back and live with a. I find it very comfortable interacting with cows and puppies more than interacting with people a lot. So that way, I think I have become weirdly transformated. So that probably triggered that, oh, you should start your journey. That calling is come. It's a calling.
Travel adventure evolved over a period of time.
Yeah.
You said about different places that you visited. How has this evolved?
Okay. It started with, you always test your waters first. Na? So it started with a 1 night, 2 night thing or on and off nearby. To just see how it feels when I normally travel either with my spouse and daughter or with my daughter for sure. She's going to start college very soon. She's a very, kind of a friend, kind of a vibe we share. We are like roommates, kind of a vibe we have. Because probably I had her early on in my life. So that allowed us to gel like friends. So initially 1 or 2 days here and there. Then now Orissa is going to be 15, 20 days. Then we explored distant places with a plan, backpacking. And our trips are all shoestring budget-based backpacking trips that anybody can do. There's nothing fancy about it, meaning nothing five-star about it that only few people can afford or you need a large sum of money. No, travel in India is actually very economical with comfort. People probably are not figuring out the right methods of travel or the places of stay. There are beautiful homestays in Himachal for 800, 850, peaceful, safe. They give you breakfast and dinner. Warm people. They'll treat you like their own grandchildren, wale people. But only thing is, we can't have the fancy evening pub dance. If you're not interested in discos and all that, you wanted raw nature. There are people having houses in valleys and cliffs waiting to host you in a very beautiful manner. So then it evolved into, so I do extensive research online before I plan anything. I plan my stay. My daughter also puts a hand into it. My spouse also helps me. So all three of us take out parts. If three of us are going, somebody will plan the route, somebody will take in the stays, somebody will take the food, where to eat. They have a plan for everything, local food, where to eat. Then everybody converges on a Sunday morning. Then we do the booking, the booking happens, then we go. If it's the two of us do it. If it's me, then I do extensive. So the idea was to start with a very small distance and all that to test the waters. Then it became larger and larger. I have traveled with groups. Then I have led groups on treks sometimes. So I've traveled in women groups, in mixed groups. Then it became group travel also. Then now I explored a lot of, suddenly when we land in a place, strangers get together and we have started traveling together also. So everything happens when you start traveling. Your real learning starts about culture, people, perceptions. There are tribes in northeast where giving dowry for a man to a woman is compulsory. So we encountered those people and they said, no, we are giving our daughter itself. He should pay us money and livelihood. How will we live after she goes and we get old, the parents? So it made sense. The dowry is not right or wrong, but then made sense. Somebody supports somebody, the whole idea. So there are so many weird different practices that we have encountered during our travels. So the whole idea is it all started with a, अरे यार अभी I'm working online. I don't have the necessity to swipe in 9 to 5. तो क्या करें? I can do this work from anywhere. I have a dongle, and now with dongle you can travel many places. So I have a dongle or a Wi-Fi or a connection data. I have a laptop or an iPad or even a mobile. My work is happening. My work is lecturing mostly. So it's going to be, this soft skill training or language training. That is my main work. So I train online corporates across the globe predominantly. So that is going to happen anywhere. So then I thought, okay, now it is time. And 30s, 40s, 50s sounds to be a great time to travel because we are agile. We can do a lot of treks that we want to do. We did Parvati Valley. We did Arjun Khada, I think. The name is Arjun Khada in Saputara. So we've done treks a lot. So I think this is the right age, the 30s, 40s, 50s. You can walk a lot. You have a lot of life left in you. So I think that way it started, and now it is come to fortnight long Gayab Ho Jana.
And so you said that you plan a lot about before venturing to any place, but reaching to those last mile, which are unexplored places, which inputs that you get from local people around. So how does spontaneity plays role in all your travel?
Oh, spontaneity plays a huge role. Even this Monroe Island, I did not have on my itinerary because it's not very famous. But the local guy where we were staying, there was this person who comes for cleaning the room service. That lady, I talk to a lot of people. Like I'm a chatterbox. I get paid to talk. That is why I made that my business for soft skills and language training. And I am generally a chatterbox. So when I generally asking, how about your family? What does your children do? And all, she said, there is an island nearby. Have you visited? It's very beautiful, very silent. You can go on a boat ride from the lake to the backwater, and there is a beautiful place where I don't know, शायद ही इंडिया में वैसा कुछ होगा. There are floating plants and trees on the lake where you get romantic pictures. All the couples stand in front of the, make it into a frame and take. We also did all that fun, and one small kayak they take you, and it's fun. So she said, my brother works there as a boatman. Do you know this? I said, no, you give me his number. Then we spoke to him. The next day it got arranged. So spontaneity, but we should know what is a trap and what is not a trap. So, for example, if you feel that somebody is talking and forcing you to do it 3 or 4 times, that's a trap. This lady didn't bother even, to lure me into going to that place. She just said, there's a place like this, you want to go, you go and see. And there is a beach near Talasheri. Talasheri happens to be my hometown. So there's a beach there that is a drive-in beach. A lot of people don't know. You can drive in your car, drive in your bike, and sit in the water. So this, when you go, the locals tell, go to the drive-in beach. No, why are you walking? They're like, acha, there is a, 3 kilometers, aise jo, ek mud lo. Same like Ganpati Puli, na? When the auto guy, everything was over, I said, और कुछ देखना है? I said, हाँ, एक lighthouse है वहां पे, मैं लेके जाऊंगा, थोड़ा सुनसान है, पर मैं साथ में आ रहा हूँ, don't worry. Sounded like a genuine guy. Why will he trick you? He's shown you so many places, anyways got his money. So he's like, okay, you go and see. There is a Nandi ka muh se meeta pani aata hai, kara pani se. You want to see? I said, yes, I want to see this. So I think spontaneity plays a large role, but we should know what is risky, what is not risky. Anybody who offers you anything time and again, telling that is risky. The person has something to benefit out of it, or they're going to rob you or something. Safety is very important in all of these trips, as important as fun. Second thing is, if somebody is offering you any substance, don't take. मेरे घर में बनाया cookies आप खा लो, then I tell I'm diabetic. ऐसे. Somebody tells me ये खा लो, I tell नहीं मेरा BP है, बाहर निकल से कुछ भी नहीं, but I keep telling because I avoid food or drink or anything from anybody. Who was even the auto guy, I've seen him the entire day. Even then, food items I don't eat from. It's a principle. I've told my daughter also, tell anything you want. मुझे तेल से उल्टियां हो जाती है, I can't eat fried items. Tell whatever is convenient. Don't hurt the person, but don't eat. So while I'm traveling anywhere, anytime, any amount of time I've known a person, I don't eat or drink from anybody. That is why even if you see in Sanatan Dharam, they say don't eat or drink from anybody. It's not Dharam, it is safety. More than, it's a scientific thing that you don't know the person yet. So don't eat or drink. And I stay in places which are there on the internet, which has got a lot of, which is there at least for 3 years. No new places, which has got reviews. And which is, I read the reviews. I do a lot of research, reading the review. If there is any red flag, I cut it down there itself. And I don't compromise on safety at all. I might compromise on a little fun if it is costing safety. Like, for example, I don't do a lot of adventure sports in all places, unless I know it's safe. Paragliding, bungee jumping, rappelling, river rafting kind of thing, I don't do everywhere. I do when there are reviews about it, when there is a certified guy there and all that. So I think spontaneity is very important, but calculated spontaneity. Shouldn't jump into everything. We should know what is a trap by experience and what is a real extension of the fun. So that kind of maturity is required with the travel. It will come over time with age, I guess.
Along with all this travel, how do you plan your work? How do you manage your family responsibilities?
See, luckily I've got people who are fun and who want me to have fun also. So one thing that is I can't explain it any other way other than karma or blessings, that neither my spouse asks me why you out or where are you going and stuff, and he always encourages you should take meaningful breaks after every 3 months. You should go out and go for, even if I don't get, he's in proper corporate, so even if I, and in a very senior management position, so he says even if I don't get time, you and Madhu should have chill fun. So that's how this Orissa is happening or anything. So I think one is family, so everybody should understand everything, that people have not come to work and die. That should not be the reason we were born. No? The reason should be work is a fuel for your enjoyment. So you should keep it at that. Work is very important. Professional commitments are, I'm very professional when I come. But it is a fuel for your enjoyment. It is not the enjoyment. It is a means and not the end earning. So I always feel we should have a financial plan in place from a very young age. I had a financial plan for asset creation and a portfolio dive, not because only because I'm a CA, just because I'm interested in making meaningful money. Not interested in making money alone. That makes me greedy. Meaningful money in a balanced manner. So from 21, I had a plan of asset creation. So there are certain investment income that comes. By the time you're 35, your investment income kicks in. From 21 to 35, you've created a kitty of varied assets like real estate, gold, LIC kind of term investments. You have mutual fund investments, dividend yielding investments. Everything kicks in. And then you also have I have a 4 to 6 hour work schedule every day of lectures and paperwork, sometimes writing, sometimes speaking. So my work mainly consists right now 90% of doing language training, like for IELTS, PT, TOEFL, and other exams, and soft skill training for corporates, online, offline, schools, colleges, tutors, large corporates, medium. We've done Adani kind of companies. We've done medium corporates, foreign education consultant companies, a lot of them. And I also have, 10 to 20% of CA related work. So my fraternity doesn't disown me. Yeah, I'm striking out your membership number. That shouldn't happen. I've slogged 4 years to come to this. That 4 years of my very youthful life I've given. So I can't get my. So I have a membership.
You deserve dividend on that.
Yeah, so I have a membership in COP Alive. That any day I can, like, I'm a part of you. I'm a part of you. So I also have that. So that's how I manage 9. I think after COVID, the world has understood what can happen offline. 90% can happen on, not everything. Medical services can't happen online. Bank can't happen. Construction can't happen online. But tutoring can happen online. Meetings can happen online. Legal discussions, technical discussions can happen online as good as offline. So I think that having an online environment of work gives me a lot of leeway into all of this. People can cultivate it. It needs a lot of faith. A leap of faith is required. When we marry, it's a leap of faith. Huge leap of faith. When you have kids, it's a leap of faith. Similarly, changing professions and doing something which suits you is a leap of faith and a lot of patience to build something. Anything that you build takes time. Permanently, if you want to build a network, relationships, there are up and downs. There are bad days. There are days I feel I should have stayed in corporate. Even today, on bad days that I'm human, on bad days that feeling kicks in. By corporate, mein to maine note chapa hoga yaar, why did I leave? Then when I'm traveling, I'm like, nahi, this is the best. I have enough money to travel. God is very kind to me. So human mind is, I mean, including me, no less than a monkey. We keep, with no offense to monkeys, they're very intelligent. So we keep grabbing the next fruit all the time. We don't have value for the fruit on hand. So once I realized the fruit on hand has more value, then everything changed. Then I shifted to the online working, and the fate gave in with me. Karma was nice also. God is very kind to give me opportunities to work online. the network of people that think there is value in engaging me. So all of that. Okay, so when I travel also, I have the sessions, say before 11, 11 to 7, I'm out. Then remaining 7 to 8, 7 to 9, I can work. I don't have to cook. I love cooking. There's no pressure on cooking, but cooking is something like meditation for me. If I don't do 2 times cooking a day, I go crazy. I'm like, Aaj kuch kaam nahi. I want to cook every day in the morning. I get one more thing is I get up at 4:30, 4:45. So I've become this Brahma Muhurat person for a long time now. And it is an amazing time to get up. 4:45, 5 is when the birds chirp. You have a nice kappa chai in the garden. Look at the birds for half an hour and the flowers blooming. Fresh smell of the flowers before the petrol or other smell seeps in. So I think online working is a great thing. Family responsibilities when my daughter's chuttiya, we travel, small, large. And as such, I don't have a spouse who asks me to do anything. My house is a crazy house. You will find anybody in the kitchen. All of us cook. And all of us are amazing cooks, surprisingly. I do Indian, South Indian. My husband also does South Indian. My daughter's, I mean, South and North I can handle now. My daughter's amazing in this Mediterranean, continental, and wraps and fatouche and this and that, pasta. So she does all of that Chinese and Mediterranean. Saturday, Sunday is her kitchen. So all of us are cookaholics. So there is no, if one is not cooking, the other will cook. There is no designated. Okay, when Ram's tired, he comes back from office. I have done online work. I'm not that tired. I can take up the ladle and whip up something. If someday I go out for a lecture and he is at home, and by the time I come home, I'm very sure hot food is ready. Nobody waits. Now I went to be with my parents for 5, 6 days. They live in Madras. The house was running as usual. Somebody was cooking, somebody was cleaning. So when all 3 or 4 or whatever number of individuals staying in a house are independent and they can take care of themselves and also the house, then all 3 are free to do whatever they want. So I feel when people these days, not an advice and all, I'm not too old to advise also. So youngsters are very intelligent. ना मुझे यार मोबाइल में आईफोन में 4 काम नहीं आते ढंग के, and youngsters are very intelligent. So I feel probably in relationships you should, if you're planning for a permanent relationship with somebody or something, you should get into with a person who understands your way of living and appreciates. There's no point, nobody can be changed. People have their own, at least they shouldn't be obstructing your way of life. My spouse doesn't like to travel this much, but he doesn't say, why are you traveling? So somebody who will respect what you want and give it to you and let you do it. Let or support you do it, whatever word. आजकल word use करते people offend हो जाते. Let क्या होता है? The meaning is a person who is happy when you're happy. A person when is disturbed when you're sad. ऐसे बंदे, especially for girls, ऐसे बंदे से शादी करो. Looks आजकल we are seeing makeup tutorials आ जाएंगे. People are turning 80-year-olds to 18-year-olds with all that makeover. मैंने जो videos देखे, all that makeover videos of amazing makeup has become. But अंदर का nature doesn't work like that. So somebody who is considerate and compassionate is more required than somebody who is probably having a lot of money or a lot of looks. I'm not saying those are bad things. Those are a good bonus. But what is mandatory is nice. By heart is mandatory. साथ में एक गाड़ी है, tick. पढ़ाई है, tick, 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 tick. बाकी सब good, nice to have. Mandatory to have somebody who is compassionate, who loves you for who you are and tells कि भाई तुम्हें travel करना करो. मैं देख लूंगा या देख लूंगी. I'm not even gender biasing either ways. So I feel responsibility सब हो जाएंगे यार. It's not that big that people tell. Sometimes everybody's made bunks, mine also bunks. We don't even know the difference. कोई झाड़ू करता है, कोई पोछा करता है, कोई बर्तन करता है. 3 लोग हैं ना घर में. कोई खाना बनाता है. So it is just about how you take it.
Have you faced any challenges while balancing work when you are on adventure?
A lot of them. I have had a young child in daycare and sat and cried in office toilet. I am not, this is the finished product. The work in progress was ugly. I have been work in progress for a long time in my life. Even today, I go on a trek. I sometimes have a ankle screwed or something, and then I sit and cry there only. Life is like that. Sometimes I get bad food. I feel very sad. I feel anger. There are challenges of suddenly driver being uncooperative or roads. We drove Sikkim now and so many landslides. One small avalanche, it's snowing, that kind of trouble. Then bad hotels, rude staff, everything happens. It's a part of life. It's a part of travel. People misguiding you, not deliberately, but even unknowingly misguiding you. And you excited to see something like, hey, मुझे सनसेट देखना है और वो दिन बारिश हो गया. मैं इतने दूर से आई. Like it happened in Tiger Hill in Sikkim once. Sunrise देखना है, cloudy, rainy day. 3 a.m. we went, stood in the queue. 4 a.m. we are east, no? Sunrise happens at 4:30. Standing there for 1.5 hours. It is about 1 degree or something. So cold. We are drinking chai ke upar chai, and then the sun doesn't come only. You feel sad for a while, but part and parcel of life. Sometimes your train getting delayed. बस का टायर पंक्चर हो गया, जंगल में 3 घंटा खड़ा बिकॉज दूसरा गाड़ी आया नहीं. 3 hours you're so lot of discomfort. Suddenly your कपड़ा, you forgotten your कपड़ा, you सुखाने के लिए डाला था होटल में टी-शर्ट. So I have learned from all of this to carry economical stuff. I don't carry more than 100 rupee t-shirts on road trips. Cotton अच्छे वाले. My luggage is very light. I can धो के सुखाओ and then get it completely sun dried in 2 hours. ऐसे कपड़े, no fancy clothes, no reels, no Instagram reels with long frocks, sari, no nothing. We are gonna enjoy. We have come. No makeup. Kajal, bindi, one lip gloss if needed. That's all. One moisturizer. No makeup. Keep going. No jewelry, no nothing. So I have learned the lighter you travel or the lighter you are in life, easier life is. The more you give importance to the material possessions. Oh, ye saadi itna pasand hai, fat gaya and all. That's all crap. After all, it's a sari. After all, it's a car. After all, you are in. Your happiness is in. I'm not saying be less responsible towards things. Be very, very responsible. But things should not be eating up your peace of mind. So my advice is travel after a lot of research for one. Be ready to do spontaneous changes to your trip mentally and other ways with plan, technically. And carry very, very light. My entire 15 days will have a small suitcase. 4 track pants, 4 t-shirts, 4 night dress. Abhi it is summer in Orissa. You can doke sukha in 2 hours, 33, 34 degrees. It will be clear. When you bath, don't have all this whole laundry and all that. Have a rinse soap. Sukha do. That is how travel is supposed. By the time you come back in the evening, pack it and move. So life is very simple that way, and be flexible with food also. The entire Arunachal Assam side breakfast is puri and aloo. I can't eat oil in the morning. I get burps. So the entire trek I had eggs and banana in the morning with a glass of milk. 15 days. Kya ho jayega yaar? They have brilliant varieties of banana there also. They have eggs, eat bananas. So you should be ready for compromising on मुझे वो थाली ही खाना है दोपहर को. कभी कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा. You have to do away with Mary biscuits. That has also happened. You are on a boat in an island, somewhere in an island, say. Coming back, it got delayed. You went for snorkeling, it got delayed. So many snorkeling places. Even in Gujarat, this beaches come, no? Goa, you're somewhere in Andaman or Kerala, you're snorkeling, it's delayed. Coming back, you're hungry. Have bananas and biscuits in hand. I always carry bananas and Mari biscuits. Dip in the hot water and eat. So be ready that way. So I feel that disappointments anywhere or change of plans is very, very normal. Go with it. One is go with it. Two is always travel light and travel very sensibly. Don't take unwanted even one item. Why should you carry one dress just because some people have to see you doing a circle in the dress? Nobody has to see me doing anything. I'm going for me. Is the attitude you should travel with. I'm going for me. I'm going for the people that I am in love with. I'm going to have fun with them. बाकी जो भी photos हो रहे हैं, नहीं हो रहे. I'm not bothered. I saw. Did you see me seeing? I don't care. But the world is hell bent on showing everybody that you're happy. That's not the motto. Be happy is the motto. If people get to see it, good. मेरे भी कभी कभी फोटोज निकलते कभी कभी नहीं निकलते 90% of my travel people don't even get to see because I'm seeing the sunset. Where will I click a video? मैं देख रही हूँ खुद ना पहले. Let me satisfy my soul first. Then I will show you a picture. So मेरा ऐसा चलता है. So my advice is travel light, travel sensible always.
And any encounters where you planned your travel, your itinerary did not go as planned, and then you had to
See, very
face some
less of that
unexpected.
happens with me. Very surprisingly, very less because when I'm going on a road trip, I know even where petrol pumps are, where washrooms will be. It is on my iPad all the time. When I'm driving, my iPad has where you can eat, where there are dispensaries, where there is this. It has happened very long back when my daughter was young. There was a Mysore trip where we went, and the first day her dysentery started, and entire trip was her dysentery. Nothing happened. We went to the hospital, came back. Happened very until she was 4 years of age. All of this has happened. That we went and she's got cough and cold. Finish. Entire trip is gone. Recently, small things like roadblocks on a area like Arunachal and Meghalaya and Sikkim, I expect it, yeah. And sunsets not happening because of rain, and the hotel turning out. मेरे साथ 100% या 99.9 कभी नहीं हुआ. The hotel turned out bad and I had to switch hotel because I insist that is why do 1 month's research for a 15-day travel. Every day allocate 1 hour to research. Plays a very important game. Read reviews, go through Instagram videos. Social media is a treasure trove of information. Instead of using it for faltu time pass, start seeing the videos and planning ki yahan pe ye ho gaya. Then you have a very clear. People these days are very vocal. Like hotel खराब है तो यार 10 जन in no time फैला देते हैं बात. So go to Instagram if you're going to stay at a hotel called say Sunset. Go Google Sunset Hotel XYZ place. 10 videos will come. Now you're ready that way. So बड़ा कुछ नहीं हुआ है. When kids are small, all of that's normal. When you travel with family, like for example, one of the trips, I had a very high fever one night, freak fever. The next day I was okay. We didn't know what happened. This trip, one night when we were somewhere in -2, 3, 4 degrees, and my socks went wet. That night I had chills the entire night. I was shivering, sleeping, shivering. That happened. Or my husband had a upset tummy. All of these are the small things. Be ready for that. Eat very light. I don't eat very harsh on trips. टूसना नहीं है. In trips you have to eat very very light. I'm very particular कि सुबह half plate फल, half plate something very light. पोहा खा लिया, आधा पराठा हो गया. Energy चाहिए. And I eat 50% of the time fruits. All of us when we are traveling. Local fruits, you can't go very wrong in fruits. The Indian ones, basic ones, banana, papaya, mango, apple, you can't go wrong in. So carry a lot of fruits. Don't eat oil. दोपहर को don't tell local थाली है टूसने वाला हूँ. Everything. One spoon. अच्छा ये I went to West Bengal. I came through Siliguri. West Bengal का संदेश खाना है, रसगुल्ला का थोड़ा सा एक eat everything एक spoon. So that way you can enjoy also and don't have any greed. I always advise people don't drink on trips. It spoils your fun. वो टाइम वेस्ट हो जाता है जो टाइम आपको अच्छे से नेचर के साथ स्पेंड करना था. And you get a hangover and unwanted stuff, or you drink and there is a scene or somebody. So all of that avoid करने के लिए drink all you want. I'm not telling I'm not into drinking, not into drinking. In your hometown, house parties, माहौल अपना है, नए माहौल में हो, and you've gone to enjoy the place. So don't do anything that upsets. So I don't drink on trips. I don't eat a lot of outside food. I'm very cautious about what I eat. These are few things I've learned over the years. And I don't interact unless people talk to me. And I don't reveal anything to anybody. I tell all sorts of stories, but stories. I don't give facts about where I live, what I do. I can always say the X city that I was living in. And until I live there, I know about the city, but I'm not living. So please do not be very cautious about everything. What you eat, what you talk. Your tongue is your best friend or your best enemy in your road trips. Understand that, and trips are good.
And how has this traveling impacted your personality, your mental well-being, your dynamics with your family members?
I think that's made us very, very happy and fit people. Like I told you, you get a sort of great peace of mind and happiness when you be with nature. And there is a calling. Once that calling comes, when you go towards it, there is a sort of peace that cannot be explained in words. But anybody who travels will agree with me and feel that when you dip your feet into a wild river that is flowing, when you just lie down in the grass in a valley, or when you go and hug a sheep suddenly or a horse, there's a kind of something यहाँ पे हो रहा है ना to can only be experienced. So I think it makes somebody more calmer, more understanding, more happy, and more a person which doesn't hunt for peace of mind outside. You become peace of mind. You are peace now. You don't hunt ki yaar zindagi mein peace mil. You know that peace is something that is within you, and these things bring it out. You know that uh, I am peaceful. There's a calm that settles. It improves health scientifically. Studies tell you have to walk on earth and oxygen and fresh air. All of that we know. A lot of people have spoken about it. The unspoken bit is the metaphysical changes, the spiritual changes that happens within you, which completely makes you a human that has got self-love. Speaking of self-love, you know how to love yourself now. The travel that I'm doing is the love I'm showing to Soumya. Soumya is loving Soumya first. Right? So that self-love concept that has become so famous today, that go to spa, people have different ways of self-love. So this is my way of self-love, is traveling and seeing nature and being with nature is a way of, and you can raise your children to be very mature, responsible, sensible human beings when you travel. They learn a lot. My daughter can travel alone now to a new place, take a gang of people as a trek captain, do what I'm confident as I've seen her react in situations or plan in spontaneous change situations or adjust to it very, very eventless, smoothly. So I believe that parents should consider at least one trek every year of 10-15 days for their children. Very young age. Madhu's been walking and traveling with me from when she was 3, 4. We've been doing mother-daughter trips. It's a great way to bond with your children. Moms and daughters, I don't know. I don't have a son, so I don't know how does it feel to be. So no offense to that. I'm not got that experience. But mom and daughter is one jodi. We always fight and then we always reconcile. We always support each other vehemently. So I think that kind of friendship, that beauty of the relationship comes out in trips. When you sit in the train compartment by the window, have a cup of chai and talk for hours on anything under the sun. People, relatives, boyfriends, your ex-boyfriends, or what did you come across in life. So those conversations are key to having a very happy and cozy relationship. And I do it with my spouse also. When we are on long flight journeys, my daughter is listening to music, then we are sitting and talking. We've known each other for 25 years now. So sitting and talking about, अरे यार उस दिन क्या हुआ था, पता है तेरे भाई ने क्या कर दिया, वो पता है तेरे फ्रेंड ने वो बोला था. So all of that keeps you, I think, very happy from the inside. So people should seriously consider alternate lifestyle of traveling more somehow.
If I think this generation, like a lot of women who started working and they have their money power to make decision what to do, what not to do. The dependency on spouse or other family member has reduced. So people are exploring.
Agreed.
So what would you tell to such women? How do they make their trip enjoyable, enriching if they venture out?
Start with going with groups so that you get to understand how a trip works. And you also open up and have people to talk to. Once you know that you can plan your own, you can have recruit your sisters, cousins. In case you have daughters, and sons. If your spouse can travel, spouse, men and women both. Anybody can have a work from home job in a family. There is no gender biased business. Plan and then pull the other partner into it. Slowly, they will also explore. People will understand. So the first step too is that is probably start traveling in groups or trip groups, travel groups. A lot of websites. You have longer time to stay 3-4 months. Go for the volunteering trips. I've done them too. Volunteer in a community, get stay and food and sightseeing in return. That's fun too. Learn a new language, learn a new community. You have 3-4 months in a year. You have a tight schedule, do 2 days, 3 days. Na? Something is possible. Once we are hell bent on this is how I'm going to do it, then you will figure it out. Universe will, I believe in manifestation also a lot. Universe will bring it to you. Once you are hell bent on that, universe also brings the same to you. So start thinking about it, start visualizing it, and then start planning small baby steps with known people, groups, travel agent groups, women group, men group, mixed group. Then you start doing your own stuff. When I started 15 years back, there were no group concept, women group trips, so very less. So I did on my own. And I always had my daughter to take along. There was company to talk to. So we grew close. Then you can recruit your family members and then do trips. And India, it's very easy. Anybody is willing to answer you, help you. Any new city you go, people are very kind, people are very benevolent, and they come and compassionately tell you, oh, this is the address you want to go. They like to go. So India is a very easy country to travel. I have traveled most parts of it. I have few states to cover yet, which I'm doing one by one. Now I want to do Odisha and 2, 3 other states to travel. Otherwise, I've seen India, and on the whole, 99% people are very kind and very nice. Satark rehna is the responsibility of every person in any situation, not only in travel, at home, at office. Staying safe is your responsibility.
During this travel, how did you manage your daughter's studies? How did she
See,
cope up
COVID
with
3 years
classes?
was a heaven of travel. COVID 3 years was heaven. RT-PCR karke we could travel, right? The RT-PCR, okay, we didn't have fever. RT-PCR. But any time, any chutti, I never allow her to be at home. Now June is chutti month, 1 month. Then 15, 20 days we are out. Same way, see 3, 4 lambi छुट्टियां साल में आती है schools में. Navratri, Diwali time, New Year's time, March, April, May. Utilize all the holidays. You have 50 to 60 days in your hand. School works only 182 or I think 250 days in a year out of 350. Saturday, Sunday में छोटे trips कर लो, Friday या Monday छुट्टी मार के. And also be ready to teach your children in the trips. Trip also, when we have exams, we study 1 hour in the evening, 2 hours in the evening, both of us study. I have studied along with her through her years. I've been a tutor, I've been a fellow friend to study with and all. So engage in everything. iPad leke mat beto, mobile leke mat beto. Don't become that mom or dad. Sit with them and do max. I have done max with her. I have coached her for 10, 12. Sit and do accounts with them. Do everything with them. Na? Then you can also travel with them and keep the attendance jitna school mein chahiye utna. Become the tutor, na? Study along. Internet mein aajkal itne videos hai, yaar. There is, even I can teach physics if I watch those videos, I'm very sure, and learn. But nothing is impossible. You just should have the zest and the mood to do it. And kabhi bhi don't flinch from hard work. There is hard work in everything. Safe trip planning, se leke, running the trip to running the office during the, everything is work. 8 hours of sleep is good. Remaining 16 hours, be ready to work and have fun. That mindset you have to have. No lazy time. If you want best of both worlds, काम भी करना, trip भी करना, family भी देखना. Life is going to be fast and moving. So don't have that, oh, मैं couch में बैठूंगी वाला time कभी नहीं मिले. That is the cost for this large benefit, right?
And how do you always stay motivated? Because if you're going to a place where you are looking at sunrise or looking at sunset and then coming back to hotel room and working, how do you keep yourself
Oh,
motivated
acha,
doing this?
the biggest motivator is that travel needs money. Account में आएगा तभी swipe करूँ. That is a practical motivator. Number 2 is that see, we have to be active. Mind is also a set of muscles, no? I'm not a neuroscientist, but basic is body ko workout de rahe ho, mind ko nahi dogi, then you will have, after a certain age, people have Alzheimer's. People tell if you don't give work to your mind, you have to read, listen. I've quit TV 15 years back. I don't have Netflix, Amazon Prime, nothing. I can't watch a lot. I can listen, I can read. I'm that kind of person. I need something very interesting to challenging to the mind to read or write, or I've published 3 novels. So all of that, all of that is because I need something interesting to do. I can't sit in the couch and watch Netflix series. With no offense to, there are amazing series. I've heard reviews and all that. So I know I need something challenging. So uska cost ye hai ki I have to keep on doing things continue. Abhi ye khatam karke I'll do dinner. Then I have a batch of lecture to do at 7:30. फिर dinner खाऊंगी. फिर I'll go for a jog in the night. So So I have to do something or the other to be mentally, physically fit and happy. And your happiness hormones comes when you give work to your mind and your body. Serotonin, people tell, no, serotonin, dopamine, you have to keep achieving, you have to keep doing something. Then these hormones will kick. That's a main motivator, health and money.
That's interesting. And you did speak about the corpus that you build over a period of time, which is supporting you. And so, what would you recommend to somebody? How if they want to plan
Start at 21
travel?
and start buying something every 4 years, which can be rented out 4 to 5 years. Marry early because as co-partners, you can borrow more. Your CIBIL score and borrowing limit increases. I'll tell you a practical reason to, and I have children early, you can raise them and become their friends by the time you're 37, 38 and travel with them all the time. From my example, this is not a please don't come up with comments in the feedback here. How can you tell me this? Up to you. My strategy, I'm telling you. And invest very balanced, insurance-based, equity-linked funds, insurance-based funds, some bullion, gold, silver, gemstones, bullion, some bonds, corporate bonds, some sovereign gold and other paper gold and other commodities, invest in commodities, a little of SIPs, which don't pinch go out every month. Do it for 15 years. Kind of out of two, one person can retire after 15 years. And the next can retire after 5-6 years. Will happen. And don't be greedy about everything. You can't take even your own body once you're done with this world. Not allowed. Only your karma is allowed. So anything in excess that you're going to give to your children, nice. But you don't have to give the entire world to them. They will earn. Teach them how to work hard and earn. Don't give them anything free of cost like that. Right? You have to have safety money. Not, a large corpus so that you can give to them, they can give to their children. That is all okay. Optional.
For me, I would like to know how has travel impacted your career aspiration? Now you have flexibility of working from home, picking what to do, but how has travel shaped your aspiration to create a?
There are two things that have happened. One is that I've understood we can travel and work at the same time if you're working online. So my career has turned 360 degrees, 90% online work. Two is that I know a career is not corner offices. A career is not position, name of position. A career is not so much money that you don't know what to do with. A career is not being clapped on when you give a speech to people. All of that is nice. Nothing against all of that. But a career is something that gives you the required liquidity to live the life the way you want. If you want a corporate career in the middle of the city, hats off to you, nothing wrong. But I want to be in the jungles and I want something to fuel it. That is my career. So I think somebody should know what they want. And as early as that calling comes from your gut is, why it's called gut feeling? People even say there is a primary brain in your gut. There's a secondary brain based on logic. When your primary brain is telling something, please trust it and go in that direction. That's my advice. That career is not limited to money or people telling good morning to you or how many people work under you or what kind of a corner office you have. Career is something that fuels your requirement. According to me, again.
I'll just take last one question.
Sure.
Okay. So that is going to be what advice that you would give to young women, working professional who have love for travel, but they are not able to implement that love for travel.
Okay. Right. So quickly, advice is a huge word. I'll tell you what I feel about it and what probably you should do. Burnout rate is a real thing. When you keep doing anything again and again, and that is going to be mundane, it is going to burn you out. Other than basic activities like eating, brushing, sleeping, things are going to burn you out because you're putting efforts. So it's going to burn you. So have a balanced life, have weekends, couple of these long weekends. The first I open calendar on January 1, the first thing I see is long weekends. Orient your mind and life towards 4 din, 5 din kab aa rahe. And have a balanced saving plan. Second, you should save also, you should spend also. If you plan that मैं 45 तक save करूंगी तब तक youth चला गया treks के लिए. Or you blow off all your money, you'll be working till 70. दोनों नहीं करना है. Have a nice 60-40 plan, 60 saving, 40. And please don't, I don't know, this is a very personal advice. Don't go behind brands. I don't have anything that is branded. I have everything that is convenient and fits my pocket. I don't have branded bags. I don't want to take names. I don't have branded clothing. I don't have anything that is branded. But I have a nice life where I can travel. So instead of investing in brands and things that you think people are going to think she's got a brand or he's got a brand, invest in your own happiness and let people think whatever they want to think. If they think कि क्यों थैली लेके आ रही है, up to them. It is my wish. मैं कुछ भी लेके आ, ये क्यों ऐसे मोबाइल रखा है, ये क्यों, you know, इसका परफ्यूम क्यों, ये I can't take names of brands again, branded perfume नहीं, ये क्यों. When I travel, you look at me when I'm traveling, I've got an old rucksack, deliberately also, so that people don't think of robbing me. They think I'm poor. It's okay. Poor again, not in a discriminatory manner, but people think I don't have the enough money to rob. I say practically. So I wear a 100 rupee t-shirt and then I travel. Kyunki it's easy. So don't invest in brands and put your money in where your money can earn money for you. If your money can't earn money for you, put it in travel or whatever you enjoy. Don't put it stuck in a place in a bottle of perfume or a bag where it can't multiply. I want my money either to satisfy me or to multiply. There are only two uses for the money I earn. Have a strategy like so. These three are the not advice and all. Koi guru nahi hu, but small things I discovered out of my life.
Very nice listening to you, Soumya, and
Thanks.
the advice that or the inputs or insights I would say that you gave, they're really speaking the experiences that you had during all your travel journey.
True that, true that.
And a lot of things I take away, but few things which I loved is like how to interact with people while you are traveling, what to
Right.
say no to, how to get more information, how to
Yeah.
manage your diet, your health, and all this are such a precious set of advice. Probably I would never get it even if I do hours of research on Insta or
Thanks.
and I feel like what I was missing in my travel and which was stopping me from going ahead were just minute things.
Right.
Next time, I'm definitely implementing all of
Thank
this.
you so much. And it was amazing talking to you. It was great sharing what a little bit of bits of what I knew with a lot of people and the work that you're doing by interviewing people and bringing out this, treasure trove of knowledge, which again, like you rightly said, it's not available in the videos, it's with people, is an amazing thing, Namrata. All the best. Keep doing this and keep growing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Nice talking to you today. Yeah.